LGD's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. Team Secrets turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. LGD's turn to pick.
Dark Seer.
Team Secrets turn to pick.
Lone Druid.
Team Secrets
Night
turn to
Stalker.
pick. LGD's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Witch Doctor.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to
LGD's
MDL. We
turn
have
back.
Tiebreaker Madness as we move over to Group B. 4 teams tied for first place. Only 2 of them are going to move on here, though, in the quick playoff bracket they put together to handle the tiebreaker. So we play BO1s, 2
10
BO1s,
seconds
one
remaining.
for each side. They've randomly matched up the teams, and then the 2 winners will fight for
5
first, second.
seconds
So
remaining.
we'll have 2 quick rounds, and then I guess the bigger
Team
match is going to be
Secrets turn to ban.
the 2 losers, because the loser of the losers match will actually end up in the lower bracket, I believe. So, pretty tough pill to swallow, Ben, but we do have a draft underway.
Just don't lose.
Yeah, just don't lose. Words of wisdom, guys. LGD taking on
LGD's
Secret.
turn to
This feels
ban.
like a matchup that you could see close to the finals, but we're going to see it here. BO1, they have already played each other, and looking at the draft, LGD, they've been going for a very heavy
10
4 protect
seconds
1
remaining.
strat most of the time. Usually big team fight heroes, and then
5
Sylar
seconds
on
remaining.
some hard carry. Morphline's been the go-to, I would say. They do ban out the Zeus now, which maybe suggested a
Team
Terrorblade pick.
Secrets turn to ban.
So that will be removed by Secret. And LGD banning out the Eternal Envy Ember Spirit. This has been a staple for them. Even a match where he's not really all that popular for most other teams.
Some respect shown for the Earth
10
Spirit.
seconds
No
remaining.
Oracle ban, which is a little surprising considering they have
Team
first phase, the
Secrets
Dark Seer,
turn to
and Team Secret leading with a rather popular owner, the Lone Druid and Night Stalker, although met with varying degrees of success. Misery is soon to be in pretty hit or miss on his Lone Druid. Sometimes he gets Midas Radiance really quickly, sometimes he dies a lot.
And it's a little tough with Envy the team as well, just because, I mean, Envy normally gets massive
10
farm price.
seconds
Envy
remaining.
Weeha, it's at least like a Sumail level, I would say, on average.
5
So,
seconds
Secret have been
remaining.
running.
There's not a ton of resources from Misery a lot of the time.
They've been getting E involved a lot more
Reserve
though,
time.
and sometimes we takes he played Earth Spirit the other day, which doesn't require that much farm. So
That to me is kind of the key adjustment, is
Yeah.
having that flexibility for him.
So this is kind of what they've been
LGD's
running
turn to
almost
pick.
every game.
So we're going to see the Lone Druid Radiance, the Matza Diffusal Spectre that we saw. This was actually something EG did at... Oh no, sorry, it's Alliance at Slatter.
Yeah, well, also Secret had just been running it like a lot this tournament too.
Yeah, I think they looked at those drafts and felt like it was a strong way to approach it.
They've been executing it pretty decently, although
10
Spectre versus
seconds
DS,
remaining.
it's really tough for the Spectre to farm early.
Yeah, they'll
especially-
need
5
some
seconds
strong
remaining.
zoning support here. but even it might not be easy. What if LGD pick like a Spear Breaker, for example?
Yeah, they don't pick that strong of laning supports though, because they also need anti-push. They have no anti-push right now. Before it was a Shaker sometimes. They picked Rubik in one of their other games. They used to go for the Keeper on Puppy, although not so much anymore. They go for the mid Earth Spirit, so what other options are there for them to stall a little bit? Maybe a Wind Ranger, I would actually say, is still...
Oh, you mean for Secret?
Yeah,
I thought you meant for LGD. Okay, yeah. He hasn't... Has anyone been picking Wind Ranger this patch? I feel like I haven't seen that here at all.
No,
Lena, maybe?
Yeah, Lena actually, they pick Lena mid a decent amount too.
I feel like out of those options, Lena sounds the best. But it's hard to say without knowing what LGD's mid's gonna be yet.
Team Secrets turn to
They get
pick.
the Lion now. Haven't actually seen much of the MMY Lion though, as he's often been the Earth Spirit or the Tusk for the team, but with the Earth Spirit ban, we may actually see him taking that one on. Still holding off Sylar's pick, as well as Maybe's, so they haven't revealed any of their big cores just yet.
This is a tough Lion game though, because generally they'll have vision on the Lion before he has
10
vision on them.
seconds
Like with
remaining.
Lone Druid Bear, with Night Stalker Vision and Spectre Haunt, there's like very few ways for Lion to get the
5
jump
seconds
on
remaining.
to Secret, and it's also like not good at forcing issues at towers very early, which is kind of what you want to do versus a
Yeah.
Lone Druid Radiance, and
You are good at killing off the Spectre illusions, but
they're pretty weak overall.
you don't pick Lion for that.
Yeah. eHome tried it with the Pugna with Scepter, but the Spectre's still wrecked. So that's... I'm not completely sure why I picked Lion in this situation.
Yeah, well the nice thing with Pugna is he can end the game early at least, but that game they made some pretty big mistakes in the deciding team fights. LGD, they will go back for the Morphling, so your bread and butter, cookie cutter, LGD Dota, they've been doing the exact same thing, or a slight variation on it, pretty much every match this patch so far. Overall, it's been
10
very
seconds
effective. They
remaining.
haven't won every game, but they've always been competitive.
So who's playing Bat?
5
Is it going to
seconds
be we?
remaining.
I guess so, yeah, because it's been Misery on the Lone
Reserve
Druid
time.
usually. It's definitely Envy Spectre.
I assume we can play Lone Druid too, if they want to do Misery on Bat Rider.
I guess you don't know what the mid matchup is, right? So
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to say if
Doesn't
you'd rather
really
have the Lone Druid there.
matter one way or another. Morphling versus Bat Rider, it's nice in that if you Morphling, it really doesn't matter. You have to combo with a Silence, or else he's just gonna morph and then waveform out. So he's one of the players that doesn't really care about getting put into the fight, which is nice. Can split push with impunity.
So Spectre, a nice hero to be able to make a replicate of. So
Mm-hmm.
one of the best carries probably to do it.
Maybe maybe they pick Lion so that Secret wouldn't get it, because Lion is actually very good versus Morphling.
Mm.
But they could have just banned it though. I don't know. It's a little strange.
It's not a hero secret run very often. Because it needs a decent amount of farm, and they already have the Night Stalker. I don't know if they would have gone for it. But
yeah, I don't know if they would have gone for it either. But like, would the Spectre work particularly well versus their lineup? I don't think so.
they do ban the
LGD
Lena, actually
turn
Secret the
to
ones to
battle.
remove it. So at this point they do have the Weehaw hero. It's one of them.
No, we assume that mid's gonna be. They're still waiting for the support, I think, unless they want to run support Bat Rider, which
10
Right.
seconds remaining.
Doesn't-
So they don't need this hero anymore.
yeah, they don't need that.
But it's interesting
5
that
seconds remaining.
they ban it versus LGD. It actually has been something
Team
maybe's played a
Secrets
decent
turn
amount
to
in this
pick.
patch. An AA will get removed. That would leave the
LGD's
Elder Titan as the
turn
other
to
Morphling counter, unquote. But we saw yesterday that doesn't always work that well. And Secret are gonna go for a Rubik last pick. So they get an instant jump on Morphling, and then LG rounded out with a Razor. Again, looking very independent heroes for maybe that don't need help. Give Sylar a lot of space.
Very difficult for Rubik to gank.
Oh yeah.
And
That Purge just ruins his day.
Rubik's one of the best supports, I think, at wave clearing. I guess Shaker's like decent too if you want to stall the push. Generally, they just buy time for the Spectre on Lone Druid to get like the items that they want 20 minutes, and they fight. But they're actually pretty good at fighting before that too, due to good use of Haunt.
And the draft now complete. Who's favorite here?
it's just going to come down to play. This one I don't really... I feel like both teams got what they wanted.
10
Secret
seconds
with their Lone Druid Spectre core with some Playmaker / delayers, and then
5
LGD with their
seconds
Morphling and, kind of Fort Protect one that you mentioned before. So it's... But both teams are happy with what they got.
Yeah, it's an interesting clash in styles, and we'll see how it works out here. We get underway, LGD on the Dire side, Secret on the Radiant.
So who's we on?
Bat Rider.
Bat Rider? Okay.
Yeah,
Just making sure. They could have pulled a little swapperoo. I'm pretty sure any Meepo player can play Lone Druid. So you only have to micro 2 little guys instead of 5.
He's gonna start with the full Iron Talent off the bat.
I wonder how the Lone Druid players decide when to get Iron Talent and when not to. Both EG players that we saw, RTZ and Universe, only got the Quelling Blade. And it seems like Misery almost always gets the Iron Talent. So I'm not sure if it's a playstyle thing or it's like they...
Uh-oh. Envy's not fairly far here. He's gonna get Combat Cast. They have the Hex available. She's gonna kill that up early. He's gonna be forced to dagger through the trees, and enough time he could even maybe walk all the way back. We'll see if he decides to. The bear hunting them, though. Secret are gonna be forced out of their jungle on the back of that.
That's good.
Good ward getting planted.
They stopped the pull. You want to always pressure the Spectre as much as possible in their game, because he just isn't that good.
And these supports. No, Rubik definitely needs his levels.
Yeah. So they block the spawn early. I wanted to throw on Darkseer plus Witchdoctor in the off lane though. Doesn't look like it.
It would be very un-LGD-like. Just in their general laning setup is just that super strong tri-lane, at least until they can see the Morphling's not going to be pressured.
Yeah, but this is where the LD's build is like really, really good though. Because he can just jungle, doesn't matter to there's 3 heroes. I guess they don't have a ward in their jungle, so they can't actually stop LGD from playing super greedy themselves. They also have a sentry in case their spawns are blocked. But now they look to be uncontested, and Lion even has a smoke to, if it's like, oh, they are gonna play greedy, we'll try and punish their greed. That's a nice chunk of XP.
Puppy will enjoy it, and also get rid of any vision here for LGD in the offlane, but that's, I guess that part won't matter as the Darkseer is immediately jungling.
Yeah, so I think that's Secret getting a much better start out of this though, because Spectre's free farming, and then Lone Druid is jungling, and then it's kind of up to the supports and LGD. Can they match the farm?
Yeah, I mean RTK may go back to the lane once he gets his level 2. I guess we'll see.
I don't even think the Rubik Night Stalker Spectre lane is that strong. I think they could have brought down at least 2, secure his like level 2, and then go from there. But
RTK, I will say, like especially like the first 4 or 5 games I cast him on this patch, was really having trouble. Just, I'd say more often than not, just giving up the first blood on Darkseer in the offlane. So maybe he just feels like it's safer to just start in the jungle, but it is a lot to give up. Spectre, and definitely not known for his laning prowess against the hero.
Yeah, the way he built it though on MDL is, they generally get a lot out of it though. So it's a very risky maneuver. If you lose that lane, like you put 2 heroes down there and you lose versus the Spectre, you're in for a really tough mid game.
Yeah, free farm for Morphling as well as Spectre to start it off. The mid lane looks like Razor is getting the upper hand here early on, but not an overwhelming lead by any means for maybe. Already has the full stick charges though, so not really going to be a possible kill, and we have to be careful not to take too much damage on the return.
So LGD, they know the pressure is going to turn up, maybe a little bit from nighttime and a lot from Spectre getting 6 and Bat Rider getting his Blink Dagger, whereas LGD, I think they need a lot more. Their time is going to be a little bit later with like Lion hitting 6. Those are like the major improvements from their gank. So I think they actually need to smoke early and try and delay the timing from Secret so they can be as effective. That's a tough kill.
Yeah, Firefly has cooldown, no boots right now. Does maybe have boots? Yeah, maybe does. Perhaps he can run him down, but not gonna be easy. And in fact, MMY is gonna get revealed now. Invis will wear off. So far hasn't been that successful in the early pressure attempts.
Yeah, so everyone's been playing greedy. I think LGD are maybe grouping up for something pretty soon though. How's the XP looking?
They've got 18 denies on the LGD, so I imagine they're pretty far ahead there.
I mean,
Okay, the graph.
yeah, the denies don't matter though. It's all about the jungle, so very, very close.
They're
still.
both juggling.
Yeah. Well, you have like three junglers on each side.
Everybody.
Even Batrider too.
Yeah, he can go back there.
They don't have the best heroes to steal stacks on LGD. I guess Darkseer has a maybe like smoke into their jungle if they want to steal stacks, but I don't even think they'll have any stacks because there aren't that many camps that are just free to stack.
But Darkseer will make his glorious appearance now in the offlane. RTK shows up, starts getting a couple of auto attacks from Pylai Die, tricks the karate chops. And they are going to even bring the Druid down towards this direction as the 4-minute rune is about to spawn. It's about to be nighttime. This is where they can maybe go for a kill on the Darkseer if he's not careful. What's our Night Stalker's level? Oh, actually, that bottom rune looks like a little skirmish breaking out. Puppy, only level 1. Oh, that's not going to allow for any easy kills. In fact, RTK's moving his way into this, straight in through the whole Secret Squad, but doesn't have the firepower to get a kill.
That's the Savage Roar for you.
Just what that.
In and out. But how do you feel about Puppy being level 1 at this stage? Do they need to be prioritizing his experience more?
Not if he's stacking for the Batrider. Like, Batrider getting his Blink Dagger early is a much bigger deal than Night Stalker getting a Scepter early.
To have that early smoke that we've seen a lot of the Night Stalkers going for. And it's going to start to try and pressure RTK in the lane, but that's not an easy hero to keep out.
But they are smoking into the jungle, and...
They want the lone Druid?
Yeah, they don't know where he is, though.
Or maybe the batter stacks, if there are any. Are there any stacks?
Yeah, there's a 3-stack that the lone Druid's doing right now. They saw him stack. Too many.
They're going to wrap around on mid. This is a pretty bold tower dive. Weeha's positioning very good to stop it. No Hex from MMY. Goes for the stun around the tree line. Is going to connect, but the raiding part immediately gets the hell away. And what that they do is Secret quickly bringing in 4 heroes to try and turn this puppy, giving up a lot of damage to me. They are going to chase. They commit the haunt. Very early level 6 from the Spectre, and that's the first blood. Goes to Misery of all heroes. Great pick, but then they get the root on DDC. They'll kill him off too. Turn back for a potential third. Oh, no, there's the trade. Morphling joins the fight. But it's a 2-for-1 and a first blood. Secret very happy with that.
See, this is the big trade-off of having the Night Stalker having level like 1 as well. Like Spectre gets level 6 very, very early on, and then they crush that fight because Spectre's. So.
Yeah, I mean normally you see the teams pressure the Spectre early because he's scary even at this point.
I don't agree with the decision, but I can understand why LGD want to do it. They're just afraid of ROTK dying a couple times and the situation being much worse than a free farming Spectre. There's a free farming Spectre with 2 Darkseer kills under his belt.
Well, Misery on the back of that going to be having a very fast Midas here, assuming he goes for it first. He does already have the gloves picked up. Almost, I'd say even better than the Spectre to get the first blood on your lone Druid. Just accelerates his farm.
Yeah, actually Lone Druid's like the crucial hero here. And Spectre's more the space creator, which is strange, but that's just the way
it's more like an Ember, almost, even though it doesn't have the same timings necessarily, but kind of fills a similar role.
It's very tanky, though. It's a good meat shield.
Yeah, the whole team's tanky. Night Stalker, Lone Druid, Spectre. There's the Urn for Envy. So it's going for the very ganking focused build-up. And now Misery gets a whole lot harder to kill as he cracks level 6. So he'll continue farming away at the Ancients. They are giving up Morphling free farm, but Envy manages to get involved in kills and also keep up in terms of CS. So things going according to plan for Secret thus far.
Yeah, a rush fusel though on there's going to be problems for OTK if the game continues at this pace. I think Secret's getting a lot more out of the map.
You compare this game to like the game that we saw at LGD-Gaming, where at this stage FY was closing in a Blink Dagger line, but they don't really have with the Lion not having nearly that good of a start this time, like they don't have another hero to go around and make plays the way FY did for Vici earlier.
I like the priorities from Vici a lot more than LGD. LGD's like prioritize Morphling's farm a lot as opposed to shutting down the Spectres, and it it just kind of punches into the point like, okay, well, now we have to fight into the haunt. So what are they looking for? What are they looking for next? Maybe a mech, maybe a Lion 6, but Secret's getting a lot more. They're gonna have Midas and then some on Lone Druid, and they're gonna have like an early Diffusal on the Spectre or Drums, whatever he wants to go for, and an early Blink Dagger on Bat, which is actually the worst thing of them all.
So Hasted Razor will rotate top. Looks LGD want to try and apply some pressure on towers. Did force the bear to roar, and I think Misery thought he was the target there, but LGD just wanting to get aggressive. Take some objectives here in the early stages of the game.
So what build is Saddler going for? I assume
Lincoln's. I have not seen any of the Morphling players deviate from the Lincoln's build.
He changes rarely.
I saw one go BOTs into Lincoln's, but that was the only real curveball. I mean, against Batrider, it seems like a really good choice.
Morphling can just kind of double diffuse you, though.
Yeah, Spectre's not an easy matchup for Morphling later on once he gets the Diffusal Blade.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And especially with the meta. But Envy's still gonna be a ways off before he grabs that. So, at 9 minutes, scored 2-1. Everybody just working towards their key items.
Yeah, what
objectives a ways off, I guess.
Mech for 50 gold away in Darkseer. How's the Lion's Blink coming along? Looks
Nowhere near it. He's got like 900 gold maybe. 1,000 gold.
Okay, and then how's Lone Druid shaping up on Midas Radiance timing? 500 after Midas. Still gonna be pretty good. Spectre looks like he was kind of building into drums, but...
And how's the Batrider Blink doing? What are we looking at here? 1,700 gold. That's going to be the first big item that could really shake this game up. Now it's a very slow and steady pace, but you have your Haunt online, Blink comes soon, and then I imagine Secret will be looking just to find a pick up, go back farming, and just wait for the Radiance.
Does he have enough mana to take out both those stacks? Oh, yeah, he does. Okay.
Yeah, hit stick.
Yeah. I hate having to blow my stick on neutrals, but you gotta do it sometimes.
Things that gives you nightmares. No, my precious charges.
He's very mana intensive this early, because Blasto takes like half your mana pool.
225, yeah. And we do see that value point in Flame Break nowadays with the change to it, so definitely is a bit mana starved.
Okay, so now's the time. Who do they actually gank? Razor is somewhat tough because of his unstable current. At what level is
Darkseer would probably be ideal if you can find him.
Yeah, Darkseer's ideal, but he also has a blink. If he's with his team, it could be a lot of issue. Morphling's not easy to kill because of Morph and Waveform. The supports are super easy. So I think you look for like Darkseer +1 or Razor alone, I think are your main choices.
Yeah, I also don't think you care that much about the Morphling, as long as you're Lone Druid Spectre farming.
Yeah. And it's about that time. A good farming Batrider will have it around 9, so LGD seem like they've already been prepared for this.
Yeah, they are grouping up.
Well, they saw him return Ace too, so...
Haunt comes in, and they have found their first lasso. Jumping and isolating TK, who pops them, but completely caught out. Will end up going down. So successful reveal. LGD coming in, but too late to counterplay this.
That's very poor positioning by ROTK. His whole team knew that they were about to approach with a gank, and he was the only vulnerable one, and they caught him out. He didn't expect the Observer Ward on the high ground next to the Roche Pit, but his whole team was kind of in a good position to protect anyone who got lasso, aside from Darkseer. Good play by Secret, because they used the Haunt to scout out, make sure that no one else was around, but bad positioning by ROTK.
I died trying to get harder to kill here. He does wave away, stalling out the creep wave a bit as well. But Sylar quickly working towards that Lincoln's now as your slight leader in terms of CS. And meanwhile, Weehaw going to the top lane. He's trying for a bit of split push here to slow the game down. And it is nighttime. RTK just got done dying. He's got to be careful not to get caught out there looking for the body blocks. It looks like they've got enough with the Flame Break coming back. It's up to MI to save the day. Not going to happen. Weehaw deftly dodging
Darkseer
away
popped
from
a
that
stick.
stun.
He didn't pop a stick. He had like mech like 3 seconds away from cooldown. That's two not good deaths at all for Darkseer.
Yeah, they do get the counter kill on the bat, but it comes at a heavy cost.
He's the backbone of their push, of their team fight. If he dies, they can't team fight. So taunts, 2 kills. Wait, did he haunt for that? Oh wait, no. Two lassos.
Two.
He didn't even use lasso.
He didn't even lasso. He just
What?
ran him down.
So just 2 kills on Darks here with only 1 lasso and 1 haunt. That's terrible tempo for LGD. They're
Yeah, I mean, and just compare it to like the game we saw from Ice Ice Ice, where every Darkseer appearance was like a game-changing, fight-turning one.
so you get your mech, you get picked off twice, and then your team's like in a really bad position where they can't pressure until the Radiance. So now you have to kind of concede the Radiance onto the.
The Haunt comes in, the lasso's there. They are going to move on to Sylar, but he's still got a lot of health to work with. Waves up the cliff, continues to retreat. The Rubik steals the lift. Pylai die, or rather the Wave, trying to turn that one around, and he will get the kill on Sylar. So they commit another Haunt, another lasso, and they get another kill. And this time, it's the 1 position who topples. Costly deaths piling up for LGD.
The greed is too strong.
It's going to be up to Mamai to turn this game around, it feels like. I mean, that's the Sylar, or RTK dies twice, and it feels like Sylar was, you know, putting too much pressure on himself to make up for it elsewhere.
Yeah, because they know the Radiance is going to come soon, and then after that, their team is going to be terrible relative what Secret has. What's Envy going for? Drums, do diffuse. Yeah, that's great for team fight for Secret and spelling imminent.
And these words are just gonna be food for those illusions. The Witch Doctor and the Lion.
So Lion has his blink dagger, but if they hunt, if they like blink loud and then hunt, he can't get a jump.
Oh, he even manages to get the tower deny under their noses. That's ugly. That was a big commit by LGD, and while this is happening, Puppety gets an aggressive ward down in
They
the
want to smoke.
dive jungle.
They're so desperate
He
right now.
didn't skip the smoke, and he might run into them, but he's on the high ground. Good position to reveal this one. LGD, they desperately need this kill, but it doesn't look like they're going to get it. Puppy just rapidly spreads away. MMY, oh, he will find the initial stun there, but do they have to follow up? Rubik stealing the stun, looking to go back the other way. Pilot die, finding that on a couple of heroes, maybe the man in front. Yet to really see much out of the Razor. They're trying to at least kill off the bear, but we have them with the lasso now. When LGD retreat, they'd better do it to the roof, but they may lose somebody important.
How long to haunt? 8 seconds. Yeah, they have to back. I like Misery's use of the roar. Like even on the bottom rune, when they were trying to contest it, he wasn't there with his hero, but he's there with a roar in case his teammates are in trouble. If they're not there, you just return and keep on farming. But if they are there, you have a really sick CC to kind of disrupt the enemy team's movements. So he's very active around with his lone druid and kind of utilizes that aspect a little bit better than some other lone druids we've seen.
Yeah, so Sylar has Lincolns now, but still with the Morphlades, you get the Lincolns, you can split push more aggressively, but you're not really much of a kill threat. Rubik is going to steal your wave form or Strength Morph and get away. Everyone else is too tanky for solo kills, so it's not the easiest Morphling game to just take over.
They just can't get any picks off right now. Like everyone's just blinking away, like just running away, Savage roaring away, running away through trees with
Savage
the spectral
roaring away. It's true. They're very hard to kill.
Night Stalker's like super fast. Like they are super struggling to get any sort of kills on the map.
Yeah, it seems like Secret are in total control, and this is before the eggs comes out on the Night Stalker. It does have the point booster and the second component.
Now's a good time though. Like Radiance, is it up yet on Lone Druid? I don't think like a great timing is like 18, 19, and he'll probably have it around then.
He's already got the relic.
Yeah, so that's they have like 3 minutes of daytime, and then without the Radiance, and then after that it's going to be nighttime with Radiance. So that's like really when you don't want to fight.
So I actually thought he had the Lincolns. I guess he didn't have the recipe yet, but Secret not quite able to track him down there.
Why was Rubik leading? That's actually a little strange. Maybe he was trying to pop a Lincoln so Rider could go in, but.
It would have been a nice time to jump him before he completes the Lincolns, but at the same time, Secret still keeping their farm up. It's actually Envy who's the leader, yes, despite being probably the most active carry. And a Haunt now, almost like a Zeus ult just to get a bit of scouting.
Secret are playing really well during their timing where they're waiting for the Radiance. So they put pressure on all other sides of the map. They scat out for smoking to make sure Lone Druid doesn't die. Like they are...
This could be a big opportunity though. Looks
LGD
like LGD want to go on bottom.
They have to go on the T though.
Pilot Eye still is the waveform though. They're gonna blink stun him off the bat. They're gonna have to commit a death and a hex. They do get the Pilot Eye kill. But it's the Rubik tanking the gank. Not able to locate the Spectre in that.
Yeah, that's an inconsequential kill, sadly. Maybe, like, if they could convert this into a Roche, then it'd be great, but I don't think they have the damage.
So, Radiant's pretty much ready now. Gets the recipe and it will be flying out. And generally what we see is as soon as teams have that Radiance, they look to fight. Maybe they wait for the Haunt to cool down, but...
Or Diffusal Blade. Oh, he was going Yasha. Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes he goes... Let's Diffusal first.
Gets a better farming item.
Radiant's bottom tower has
I mean, I think they can crush him right now in a team fight, though. Or if they just get good lasso off.
Well, LGD, they are going to go back for the pipe. Seen a lot of teams try to deal with the Radiance burn that way. But there's so much damage over time from the whole with Secret, a lot of nukes. It's not ready just yet. They do move into the pit now. LGD feeling like they need to ramp up the aggression, take some big objectives.
Well, how long until Haunt cooldown? They need the vision from there.
It's, I think, a bit still.
Yeah. It's... Well, here they are. Run in with the bear, scout it out, roar, and then jump. It's looking really, really bad.
Well, does roar. LGD starts scattering. The rest of the team's getting position. Batrider coming from the south. But MMY gets the jump. It's on the puppy. Waveform, finger, everything committed. Quickly bringing him down. Meanwhile, the lasso on the right side of the fight trying to drag the line out of position. And MMY is going to burn down. They pop the mech. And MMY maybe going to try to TP his way out of here. No, he just burns. Immolates in the flames. Down he will go. LGD still engaging, though. The cask is going to bounce. Misery and his bear right next to each other. And end up turning the Spirit Bear against the hero. So, it turns out to be a pretty good fight.
What was that from Puppy?
Just
Right in and
wanted to fight.
got owned.
Alright, can we make any swag plays here? No Firefly. Just gonna give up the Roche. Well, LGD, everything looks like it was turning against them through the first 20 minutes, but one big Roche fight. They're gonna get really close to the pipe, they get the Sylar Aegis, they kill off a couple cores.
Finally, they make Secret come to them, though. That's kind of what they've been lacking the entire game. But I'm surprised the fight went so well for LGD. That was it was a great jump by, like, he ran in, he had vision of all the heroes, he roared like 3 or 4 of them, he gets them outside of the pit, and then after that they have the Haunt for the vision, and then after that they just lose the fight. Cause
normally you'll see, like, you Haunt and then, like, the instant lasso, but the Batrider just wasn't really in the same timing window there. Got the jump a bit later on, and already the Night Stalker had gone down.
yeah. I think yeah, it was strange though. They also didn't ward. Like LGD had far superior vision in that fight too. Even with the Haunt from Secret, like they still had a ward in the Sentry. So Secret just weren't prepared for that.
Yeah, Haunt ended with nighttime as well. Well, speaking of vision, Aghanim is coming soon for Puppy. Yeah, if you do that fight over again and Puppy is an Ags, probably a very different fight. So we'll see Envy getting his Manta style now. No Diffusal yet, but once he completes it, that's where the Spectre damage gets really scary.
So LGD are forced to stay as 5 right now, and Secret have great delay. They have this, they have the Lone Druid with the Radiance, which is incredibly good, and Rubik to finish off creeps too. So maybe
Aggressive jump forward, maybe it's the man in front. He's fairly tanky. Puppy almost brought down there by the long range Adaptive Strike as the Death Ward continues to go. Not going to be enough. Everybody lives. Puppy just scraping away with a fraction of HP. And, well, Sylar's actually about to get some kill potential of his own here. 3,500 gold. Generally it is the shotgun that he goes for.
it's a good time. Good timing from him. So Secret still have far better split push potential though, especially once Night Stalker gets his Ags, but he's kind of been in some awkward positions where he just gets blown up. Almost died in that fight too. They haven't been able to combo like a blank lasso and a Haunt, but LGD been doing very good job about sticking together.
I think the main thing for them is just getting the Night Stalker X. And then the Batrider and Night Stalker can de-ward the map.
They need more
Like, look
vision.
at their jungle. They're completely warded in right now by LGD.
I think it's a lot to do with just lack of vision though. Like Night Stalker kind of scared to run around by his lonesome. They do have a lot of tools though. They have like Lone Druid, Barefoot Scout, Manta Illusions from Spectre, and of course Night Stalker. Bat Rider pushing out lanes for vision, too.
Pipe is complete now, so another tool to deal with Secret's AoE magic damage is complete. Although RTK hasn't had the best performance on the Dark Seer, this is a huge item that could turn the next fight for LGD.
LGD's ball is really strong though, so Secret kind of need to stall out.
Split push. You can
Split
see the
push.
bear ratting it out a bit top.
Delay lanes. And then wait for LGD to split up in it. The big question is how do they kill Morphling? Because Morphling is going to be the one hero that's going to be split pushing without that much fear because of the lasso.
I'd say just need the Diffusal Blade is the main thing.
Yeah, but if they haunt, he just immediately replicates out. And then if they blink into Force Staff into lasso, he also replicates out. So I think it's actually the Rubik blink that they need to kind of counteract it, because he has quick enough cast time, which is almost zero, to like blink, steal, and then lift, and then into your combo of a lasso, into a silence and whatnot. But this is before he gets BKB though. If he gets BKB, then he just split pushes and keeps getting more and more farm.
Yeah, and he is the slight leader here in net worth. Maybe has quietly stayed on top as well, though we haven't really seen a whole lot out of it, but he's been keeping his farm up. Kind of a Fada-esque Razor.
My waters rise.
Nice and fat with the EB.
Yeah. What is maybe gonna go for? Just to go for that AC Butterfly? You know, the Ags build?
Stanky. Shiva's is good. Shiva's AC. What else do they go? Scotty sometimes. Don't particularly like Scotty here. I think Shiva's is good. Like versus the Night Stalker, it's always hard to get vision in fights. Maybe they can like replicate the Night Stalker, but you really want to replicate the Spectre.
Yeah, especially with Envy getting good farm.
Yeah. Yes, you do. I guess maybe you can get like a Darkseer wall replicate on Night Stalker. That's kind of being hopeful.
Maybe you need to wait for that Blink Dagger. You see Weehaw is going to slow the game down. Cuts the creep wave bottom. Puppy takes over the enemy jungle. Still no Ags yet. 25 minutes in. I mean, it did start slow for him. He did not get a whole lot of space, but this is a tool that Secret desperately need to establish more map control.
But who's gonna buy him Gem? I think BOTs
Bat.
would just bought on Bat though.
Dire's top
And then
tower is under
Rubik
attack.
needs Blink badly. Oh, did he buy BOTs? Okay, he hasn't bought BOTs. I thought he was going to.
I mean, just those wards the Dire team have had up in the Radiant jungle, they are starting to expire now, but they've had like 7 minutes of uninterrupted vision over the majority of their side of the map. All goes back to that one rush fight.
Mm-hmm.
There at long last is the Ags. Probably a gem coming soon.
If they want to end the game though, he can get Scepter. Because his BKB is still like very healthy.
Has he even used it yet? No.
No.
10 seconds.
But they can... I'm not sure if they're bold enough to try and end the game early and just like screw the split push. We'll just deal with Lasso and siege high ground with Mech Pop. And,
I think they'll wait one more Aegis, and then
with next Aegis, but that'll be...
Yeah.
So what did Razor buy? He just spent his item, spent his gold.
Something's coming on the courier any second now. Oh, completed eggs for maybe.
So they do want siege.
Yeah, definitely not the hero you'd like to be lassoing, but if you ignore him now, he's gonna pack a punch.
No, you don't lasso him. He has BKB.
Yeah. It's so hard to go on Sylar though.
Yeah, who do you go on? You want to go on the support. You want to kill ROTK. He is the mech carrier, the pipe carrier. You can kill him before he pops.
And they don't have any good saves either.
Great. So I mean, look at that ball.
They're hunting him. Weehaw moving in. They're trying to keep
ROTKs.
vision here with the Night Stalker. Lasso, oh, couldn't quite find it. And now they're going to turn with the shotgun. Almost killing off the Bat Rider to start the fight, but Sylar did get silenced through this. They're going to heal him up, look for the counterplay. ROTK jumping in. He did not manage to get the wall off though. As the Death Ward starts to go, they run down the Night Stalker. Sylar very healthy and Pylai die on the run. RTK still hasn't had to unleash the full combo, but important thing is he got off his mech, kept the team alive, and now they're hunting forward. MMY with the stun. LGD starting to see opportunity here. It's the Spectre Manta, but they can deal with this rather easily at this stage of the game. They are going to last Sylar, but again, it's not being comboed with the Rubik, so Sylar tanks through it. He keeps on moving forward. Maven rush on the Weehaw. There's the back, the wall as well. Weehaw in a lot of trouble, gets blasted down by Sylar. Triple kill for him. The bear limps back to the well. LGD really good at reacting to that Batrider blink, and
ROTK was so close to getting lassoed.
yeah,
he was.
if he had an Aether Lens there on the bat, that's a Darkseer down.
Oh, wow.
Radiant's top tower.
What a different fight that would have been. But like at the day, like he lassoed a Morphling,
And it wasn't even the Rubik was alive. I think.
their lineup's so resistant to lasso. It's crazy. But they need to kill ROTK, especially because he doesn't have a blink.
Yeah, he's the man in front right now, but they forced out the Batrider buyback. He's gonna jump in. We got no lasso available. But he's still trying to slow this one down. And Sylar gets cut out, just massacred by Spectre Illusions. Gets silenced up, he's very low. Great stun by MMY to try to turn this one around. Sylar, super low, waveforming away, trying to survive. That's a huge kill. Can they finish him off? Flame Break is gonna push him back. Still healing, finally goes down. The mega kill streak gets ended. 860 gold to the Batrider. Then Envy grabs a secondary kill on the Lion. Seems like it has paid for itself now. Lasso onto ROTK. Weehaw pulling him around, but Weehaw, where's the team?
Where's the Firefly?
Where's the Envy? Envy's found another. Killed off DDC in the trees. They've gotten 3. They're looking for a 4th. This buyback is paid for itself and then some. RTA will be forced all the way back, and they did not fully break the base. Still rack stand. Still they jump in from Envy. He's going to mark at RTK. That desolate massive. He tries for the back up the cliff, but it's gonna have 4 down in the end. Big kill, and they might even get maybe as well. They're diving LGD literally all the way from the tier 3 top to the tier 3 mid. Their own jungle routed. Wow. Big turn.
Getting impatient. LGD.
They tried to back after the buyback, but they were in too far.
Yeah, though it was a good chase though. They had a good vacuum wall. They killed Batrider, but just not. What they really needed was just Aegis on Morph. If they had Aegis on Morph, boom, he dies, and then they just fight with all their cooldowns. And
RTK just bought back to help secure that Aegis. So Darkseer rejoining the team, and
ooh, now Morphling has BKB. Yikes.
He is going to be tough to deal with for Secret, who are quite light on the physical damage.
Did he need a buyback for that? I don't think he did.
How much time did he have left?
40 seconds maybe? I suppose it's because he wants a blink, I think, so he can actually, if he gets a blink, he just gets Spectre ulted. At least he's not in the position to get lassoed though, if he gets a blink. I think they actually kind of want to push again soon. Unfortunately, they need the lanes put out. That T3 top is down, Rack's exposed, but no creeps in sight.
Definitely the lane you want to be going for, and well, if you're Secret, that's the lane you want to be shoving in. They leave the bear top together with the Spectre Illusions, and DDC will come. Cask not going to connect in time, so the bear does get pulled back.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Everything just disappeared at once.
Illusions evaporate, the bear teleports out, everyone else TPs away. I mean, it was nice. And we're probably going to see more of this as the game goes on. Keep your eyes on Sylar.
I got my blink, guys.
Well, I think Pylite Die is happy he spent his gold there, but it's going to be tough to avoid those. Sylar becomes Godzilla Waterman now.
But they have good vision now with the Night Stalker Ags, so they can actually jump the supports much easier than they could before. Like Night Stalker Ags and Gem.
I mean, or again, more importantly, perhaps just RTK. Gotta stick around with the team.
RTK, are you gonna die?
I feel like every LGD game, it's always the
Everyone protect RTK.
Even the games where he's playing really well, you know, then he gets super cocky, and then he plays really aggressive, and so then you're just wondering, is he gonna overextend?
He's super important though. The gem carrier, the mech carrier, the
pipe carrier,
combo,
and their big AoE,
and no blink. So it's
he's got to be up in front. A man's man.
Okay, who's the last one going to come out on? It's daytime.
Oh, BK now. No way to stop the Batrider.
Who do they burst down though? Still ROTK.
He's not easy to burst, but you can like force out his combo in a bad position.
But you don't go on Sylar, don't go on maybe. Unless they're too far away from Darkseer, then maybe you can kill him.
is under attack.
LGD beginning their siege now. They do get roared away, but they're going to quickly bring down these structures. The pipe was committed. Razor just in range of the melee racks there. They force out the glyph. Sylar summoning a replicate of the Razor. Interesting choice by him, and they are going to make their move as the Spectral gets popped. Envy quickly bringing down the Lion. Starts the fight. Where's the turn here from RTK? They need that combo, but he's getting massacred by Spectre Illusions. The back comes up. He does manage to get the ball on Envy, but that's all. They'll need the Sylar to clean Envy up. Triple kill already. He's killed up all the backliners, but they still have to deal with the big beefy carries. No lasso available.
What happened to LGD's gem that fight?
2 to 3. I think it's on secret now. Can we just hit the inventory?
Uh-oh.
Is it still on the floor? Oh no, it's in Puppy's stash, I think.
What Puppy bought a gem?
Or did he buy a new one?
He had a gem of his own. Maybe they
Must
dropped-
just be in the base.
Is it in Dire base?
It is a mystery.
Oh.
Oh, I guess they didn't bring it. Push.
We know you're gonna die ROTK, so we're not gonna risk it, guys. I mean, it was
the correct play.
the right play.
Yeah. So it looks like a Manta coming for our Razor to deal with the lasso.
Wow.
Well, maybe
Are we gonna
skipping
see
it.
2 pipes this game? That's nuts.
With all the Radiant Lone Druids, we've seen a lot more pipes.
I still haven't seen that many.
This patch? I feel like I've seen like more this patch than like the past 2 combined.
Pipe's amazing.
You know who else likes pipes?
Winter?
Yes.
Yeah. The underrated item.
He's the Pipe Lord. I guess it's gotten some decent buffs as well, since he liked it when it was not nearly as strong
I
as
liked
it
it
is
like
now.
2 years ago.
He was like the hipster pipe man.
Why aren't you building pipe?
LGD looking to push down this middle lane now. Still have not taken Rex.
He died and bought back, and now that kind of goes to streams of a blink, which makes building very difficult, because then you're too core up in front, and then now that leaves your supports vulnerable.
I like how he's just leading the charge down mid, and immediately Secrets start painting him.
Radiant's middle
Kill
tower is under
ROTK.
Get that cone head. Put him in the dumpster. They're gonna try for it again. There is no glyph available, I believe, for Secret. They are gonna get the lasso. This time it's on to maybe. Sylar's a BKB. He's charging it with the shotgun, trying to find that first kill to start the fight, but look at the damage that Envy has just got. The back wall, pretty damn good from RTK. It's gonna force them back. The cask is bouncing. The stolen wall from Highlight Eye, though, now jumping in, pulling RTK back, and quickly drops, tries for the surge. Nice stun there, mini Ravage from MMY to keep them in fighting shape, but LGD having a hard time breaking through. They have killed off the bear once. I think there's another one available, though. LGD back to full health for the most part, but they haven't actually cracked base yet. And Envy's getting to that point where he's very difficult to deal with. Has the Reaver up now. A wand fight here probably means a heart and bleed. And they haven't broken through. Still no lanes of Rex. And that was a decent fight by LGD. Nobody got caught. That couldn't withstand it. Are they losing their momentum
They
here?
ulted maybe, but then he got EB'd. And then they don't have any damage.
But they didn't break the base. I think if you're Secret, you're okay with that.
Yeah. So what's gonna happen for next Roche? Gonna be hard to contest. It looks like... what's the timer on Roche? Is it gonna spawn during nighttime? Tail end of nighttime. So... 1.5 minutes during nighttime and the darkness after. Can Secret win a fight during that time? It's gonna be tough. I still have to get a good lasso jump, but there's 3 good targets and 2 bad ones. Okay, Shiva's Razor. Need it for the vision.
He's getting very tanky.
So it's hard for them to break high ground. How much damage did they get on the range racks, if any?
They were focusing the
They
melee.
were, yeah, but they
Some
ideally get
incidental
some-
damage.
Yeah,
Barely any.
I think in this patch it's really difficult. I think I've seen some teams like always they'll go on the range racks first, and then most of the other teams are like half and half.
Half and half, or just all on the melee, yeah.
Yeah, but it's hard. It's situational.
Depends on the draft. This is a so-so draft to breaking the base. I've seen some really bad ones with the OD picks.
Yeah, with the Soso one though, you want to, I think, take the range Rex. Okay.
Take what you can get.
So tail end of nighttime, still good chunk of time to.
Puppy's getting
get the
excited. Secret moving with the smoke here. Wrapping around the bottom lane. They might get the jump on LGD. It's the vampire in front. Puppy leading the charge.
Supports.
Oh, it's a feeding frenzy if they get the initiation off here. RTK could also get caught. They're gonna stick around near Sylar, but Puppy gets the vision up on the high ground at the same moment. The Hawk comes down. BKB gets caught by maybe Weeha into the thick of it. Did throw the lasso, trying to control maybe during this fight, but the Rubik's down. And they might just be too strong here. Ball for LGD. Not sure that Seeker can actually take them. In fact, they booked the lone Druid Bear out of there. They lost the Rubik. The wall was committed. And now the Bear coming back in for round number 2, but they're doing it without a haunt, and, well,
That was fast.
brutally beaten down. The Panda Bear is going to be forced to retreat. It looks like they're going to have that perfect jump, but didn't quite find it. The back comes through right as Envy tries for the Manta. He's very tanky though, and RTK out of mana at this point. Glimmer Cape will keep him alive. He's going to back away.
So, Puppy,
1 for 1.
Puppy got hexed middle of 5 heroes and didn't die. It's a hood for you, I suppose. Well, unsuccessful gank by Sigurd. I thought that was going to be a disaster for LGD.
Like they had the Night Stalker vision, they had the Haunt to initiate, but LGD were just all together.
Yeah.
If that had happened a couple seconds sooner, when Morphle's in the river and they're all in the jungle, it's probably very different.
I thought that would be a disaster. I'm not sure if they should like be haunting as the lasso comes out or haunting a little bit before, so they could just see the supports and then just jump them really quickly. But I think the haunts are kind of a little bit later than perhaps we would like. But if it does early, then all the BKBs are popped instantly. So
Pretty tense game here down the stretch. Everyone very even on net worth. Overall, slight advantage, I guess, for the Night Stalker, but over his counterpart.
It looks like that was Secret's only jump during nighttime, though. And Roche is going to be up very soon, or is up. Yep, that is.
I wonder how much it's actually going to matter. In theory, it should be. Morphle's one of the best characters.
Well, if Secret gets really bad.
Yeah.
But if LGD get it, they have a chance of breaking the base.
Yeah, you do not want to have to deal with 2 envies.
Nope. Perhaps 3. I would probably like put the cheese on the Lone Druid Bear and pass 2 in the middle of a fight. 3 dispersions, perhaps 4 with a haunt buyback in. Ugh. You would just like your BKBs are short enough that you would get destroyed by dispersion. And he has heart, so that's a lot of dispersion.
Yeah, not to mention later on, maybe even has the buyback as well. Could get ugly.
LGD, I think they need to do it though during daytime. 3 minutes left. Or
Looks like they want to smoke.
Both teams want to smoke. Roche the big prize here. I'm actually surprised he's not making an image of ROTK. Maybe he wants to like apply the Shiva's aura from the Razor.
Oh, here comes the Secret smoke. They're moving into position. The Dark LGD immediately turned to back, but Weeha's got the Zen. He gets the lasso up onto maybe, and there's no BKB. Glimmer Cape comes out, shotgun to keep him alive by Settler. Nicely played. Puppy now being forced back. Does tank the finger, but that's like the worst possible finger target. He's so damn tanky. They have committed the haunt. They fight under the wall. LGD standing strong here, but starting to drop pretty low in terms of health. The Bear might be able to clean up. Envy's just looking for the opening to run in, but he runs into the wall again and gets scared and immediately backs away. That looks really ugly there for a moment for LGD. Again, a good initiation by Secret, but didn't have the follow. Puppy now on the run, and Sylar just desperately trying to find that first kill of the fight. This would be the gem down as well. He could go for the wave shotgun up the cliff. Not going to.
Nighttime's almost over. They can go for a Roche pretty safely now without lasso. It's so tough for Weeha because he doesn't want to lasso with the Razor.
But that was the one he found.
That was the one. That's the only guy that was in the position to be lasso. I think LGD is really good about the positioning though with their supports. Like the one fight that went poorly for them is when one of the supports. But aside from that fight, like they've all been in a pretty good position where if they get lassoed, they'll get destroyed by the 2 cores beating on the Bat Rider. So
Still, even grabbing this Aegis, you do have to wonder, is it going to be enough for LGD to actually push through?
No,
They've been thwarted multiple times going top.
They're not all inning on the Raxes. They're confident in their late game. They have Morphling and Razor. Like Lone Druid Bear is okay, but he's past his peak where like now Spectre takes over the heavy lifting, but Spectre doesn't have a Radiance, so he doesn't actually farm that quickly, which is kind of one of the downsides about the Lone Druid and Spectre lineup that Secrets like to run so often, is that Spectre's farm is going to fall off. But your mid game peak's a lot stronger, but your late game's much weaker as a result.
Also, when we saw this draft before from Secret, it's like ideal scenario is the bat just keeps on finding pickoffs every time Haunts up, but
nope,
LGD are always 5-man, so.
They have, I don't want to say lasso immune targets, but they're
extremely resistant.
Yeah. Unstable current, the defensive shotgun, the morph during the lasso, like the BKB immediately.
They have the glimmer cape even, which we saw come into play last fight.
Good luck. And then they're all close together, so you don't have the Desolate damage really. Lone Druid's damage is not very bursty. Like they just can't kill anyone in the lasso unless it's support. Oh, he has vacuum. That's pretty good.
Great conductor.
Doesn't really have much to follow it up, but it's a good sound.
Yeah. Maybe he gets the dream. He steals vacuum. He like steals wall and then casts vacuum as walls coming to him and then gets wall.
I think at that point even FY would have to step aside.
So now they have Mjolnir on the bear. This could
throw it on the Spectre, I think.
Yeah, I think you put it on Spectre or the bear. Actually, the bear dies very quickly.
The bear. This is almost where you just stop putting items on the bear, if anything.
I commit. You can't be like, eh.
Gank it.
Nope. Don't waste it. That's what Secret wants, and they buy a lot of time.
They are pushing the bottom lane while this is going on.
Yeah, but you don't trade a Rax too.
Siler's just waiting for an opportunity to jump in here. And instead going to go to top lane and join the team. The siege begins in earnest. It's maybe up in front. What do they want? They are going to focus on the range Rex this time, so LGD going for the guaranteed objective. Highlight Die getting off his initial vacuum, then the last one comes. They have found RTK, but first defense time, he's very tanky. Controlled completely and will drop, so they have no wall for this fight. Still are able to bring down the melee Rex almost on his own. Is going to have to wave away, throws out the shotgun on the Spectre Illusion, but the chase continues now. An angry bear hunting after LGD. They'll stun that thing and they'll turn and run, and with RTK dead, seems LGD don't want to fight. He has buyback, but really don't want to use it. They might have no choice. They also lost their gem. LGD, this could get really ugly quickly for them. DDC, Glimmer Cape not going to help them too much during this time, just waiting for the root to come in, and now they will engage forward. Maybe it's getting kited and ignored by Secret for the most part, but they do manage to descend on Misery. Starting to get to work there. He drops quickly with the shot from side. They'll finish him off. Massive damage coming out from the Morphling. And now LGD, perhaps back the other way. They did buy back on the Dark Series, way off in their jungle on its own. And getting controlled here. RTK with the back. He's got the cheese, needs to pop it. Has no surge though. Oh, if he didn't have that cheese, that could have been a dieback there.
Only RTK can do that. Die to fight,
team is turning the fight without you and then find a way to almost die back. But he didn't.
So what do they do? Try and force Lone Druids?
They have Lasso again though. He could easily die again.
Yeah. Well, gotta have better positioning. He was...
That one was...
He's too far forward.
Yeah.
Just let your other cores step in front, because so strong. He got EB'd and he still died.
He got Glimmer Cape, EB'd. He hits the pipe.
He needs Blink and KB. Dude, he's so bold, walking on the back.
Thinking that right click damage. What's his base damage here? 10?
That's bold.
That's TK for you. I love this. There you go. He's gonna settle down a little bit farther back. And they are working on the melee racks here. LGD looking for their second lane, but this could be hugely costly. RTK in the middle of the fight. No back, no wall just yet. Weeha still holds the lasso, but he's dying to maybe as he tries to move in on the darks here. Pi could well be next. Maybe is too big to fail. Still has the Aegis even. They just can't kill him off. Blink done onto Puppy. Suddenly he's the one who's out too far, and he might even go down to the shotgun of Siler. If it wasn't for that pipe, I think he would. EOT's in. And immediate blink out. So they...
What's the Aegis timer?
They did get over X. Yeah, how much is left in Aegis?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good time to pack off. That's a lot. Melee racks.
It's getting hard. Like
Melee range.
the bat going in, even when it's not on the Razor, just going near him is getting him killed.
And Styler way formed out right as he was about to get lassoed too by a Bat Rider.
What do you think about this play from Envy? He did this yesterday where he gets the second Diffusal Blade over, you know, like a Butterfly or working towards other more traditional damage item, just so he has the extra charges.
Charges are important.
Do you think they're more important than like another item?
It's tough in this game because LG are so good about sticking close together that he's not able to actually isolate supports and kill them with a Diffusal and a Manta combo. So I think in this game it's not working out particularly well for him, but in other games he is exceptionally good at just isolating supports and killing them, which is what the build excels at. But the discipline and the tight-knit ball from LGD, aside from the occasional stray positioning from ROTK, has been spot on, and they haven't really succumbed to the desolate illusions as a lot of teams have.
Now Sylar, still room for him to farm. Could get that moon shards. Has the BOTs. What else? I think that's pretty much it.
You want Scotty at... do you even want Scotty in this?
I think you'd rather have Manta and Lincolns over that.
You definitely want BKB, Lincolns, EB, Butterfly. I mean, I guess you might switch out the Butterfly at some point if they both get MKBs.
Maybe you go Bootsless Morphling.
Nah, you need the BOTs. Like being able to replicate and then BOT back and then replicate back in for a fight for a full HP and then have an Aegis on Razor. That's like kind of 4 lives on your course. It's great.
Yeah. So I guess with all that, he's very close to being done farming.
Yeah, they're in a good position to end the game though. Like it's not like he's getting 6 slot and they can't break base. They've already broken 3 very important buildings.
Envy bought it even before he was out. He still got 3 charges, but the 0-second cooldown, he popped through those pretty quickly.
So what are the LGD supports going for? Are they vulnerable at all? Like, is anyone getting Lotus Orb on LGD? Or are they just building BKBs? So none of the above.
Well, they're looking for a wrap around here, hunting the Bat Rider. MMY's fairly close. He blinks in. Not going to find him. Instead, it's Pylai Dai, who's trying to back him up from afar, who will get hexed, completely surrounded and brought down. Has the buyback.
His positioning has been off. Same with ROTK a little bit, but Pylai Dai has way less room for error because he doesn't have Mech Pipe or Greaves Pipe. Does ROTK have buyback?
I think it's still on cooldown.
I have a feeling he's gonna die again.
Yeah, 2 minutes. Well, they force out the Pi buyback. And now the lasso, and this time it's on to MMY, who immediately gets melted down. Maybe does pop his BKB, has the ultimate going already. RDK out pretty far. Back to illusion.
It's a good wall though. They can't chase another and have all.
And they bought back the Lion. Look like they want to fight this.
I mean, I think
they are up 2 lanes.
LGD's worse for the wear for that fight though, because Lasso's gonna cool down very, very soon.
There's still Haunt.
This is the make or break fight for LGD. They can still, like, even though Secret are down 1.5 sets of racks, it's still very easy with a Spectre and a super farm Lone Druid.
Yeah, LGD have Glyph, they have tier 3, and they do have the creeps pushing in for the most part, but they're going to play it safe.
I actually think I want a Scepter on the Bat Rider for this game, because they're so close together that you will almost always get 2. And if you can get both supports with that, oh man, that would be great. But surprisingly, LGD have not gone for the Lotus Orbs. And
I think Lion might be saving for one. He had like 2,300 gold.
Yeah, but he just died and bought back.
Oh, okay.
There goes your dreams.
A lot of dead dreams this game, Ben.
I mean, maybe Sauter can make a good play though, like a sick play, and like Lincoln's a target as Bat Rider's about to come in. That would be sick. Because he's never gotten lassoed, I don't think. Or actually, he got lassoed early in the game, but like last 25-30 minutes, he has.
They kind of gave up on lasso.
Yeah, but that's where you have the Lincolns. And
Hot and looking for the jump in, perhaps. They get the vision here, but. With the Haunt on cooldown, oh, they are going to be going at the tail end of it. They get the lasso at MMY, but He's very healthy, courtesy of the pipe and the Glimmer Cape, and they're just a look to turn this one. The back one comes down huge from LGD. Do they fight their way through this? They're not really moving in. The Death Ward's also going. Sylar way up in front, but also almost impossible to kill as Weehaus gets blasted away by Maybe, dealing tons of damage from Eternal Envy. Forcing him back. Weehaus is a buyback immediately. BOT's onto the bear. They're committing to this one. They want to go back in, but LGD continue to stick together, hugging each other and hugging the wall. In fact, the two walls. One's being stolen there by Pi.
Also on a great target. Unfortunately, there was no damage because Lone Druid and the rest of the team were on the left side of the map.
And the hunt had just ended, basically.
Yeah. So maybe he wanted to cliff him, but he didn't actually get clipped. And then that would have been great. Killing a lion who already used buyback.
Going for the Roche. They're just into the pit. Oh, this is bold by Secret.
Weren't they scouting with Illusion? They have a replicate, I think, right there.
Yeah, LGD are moving in. And they find a lasso, and it's on RTK. He gets pulled up onto the cliff. Doesn't actually have the wall anyway. He's going to be kept out of the fight, but even if they kill him off, I think at this point RTK does have the buyback available, and it's going to make it down from the cliff.
Jeez, the teammates are just bailing him out of this one, nailing two people, force-staffing him down. Why not?
He's a red herring, man. At this point, RTK is...
That's a great thing.
Wrong hero to go.
They know how to play around RTK's
antics.
Antics is the...
Now he had buyback there as well, I believe. So that time it wouldn't have been game ending.
Yeah, but he might have died trying to get back to the fight. It's a tough game to be anyone that's not the Razor and the Morphling though. If you're an LGD, like positioning for all three of them is really hard.
And honestly, I'm not sure anyone can manfight those two at this point. Like even the Spectre struggles to deal with them. So even if they kill RTK, it may not matter. They're gonna go at MMY getting the stun off on Envy to start it off, and then the lasso. This one will find DDC, keeping him out of the picture. The finger comes through onto Eternal Envy, drops almost immediately, slaughtered by Sylar, and looking for more. They're gonna kill off the bear too. LGD in great shape here, and a win guarantees them top 2 in the group. But the chain bashes on ROTK again, dead for 80 seconds. They just can't finish off this base yet. MMY is gonna be next. It's the haunt forward. Looking for an opening. Sylar with his own little replicate, but the purges start coming out. He's gonna throw out the shotgun, tries to keep himself alive, but they're burning him from above and smacking him from behind with Eternal Envy wailing away on Sylar. He is so friggin' hard to kill, and he replicates away over to mid at the last possible second. They just didn't have the lockdown to keep him out of it, and Creep stream in the mid lane to the Radiant base. Starting to work on objectives now. The Creeps might finish, but the heroes couldn't.
On top of that, RTK's given the wall away, I want to say twice.
I think that was the third.
Third? Yeah, 3 times. Well, I wasn't sure if Rubik had stolen it from that last fight and kept alive and stayed alive, but he had died already. But 3 walls is it's a lot.
That was just painful to watch with the bear chain bashing and rooting him. That thing's disgusting if it's on offense.
RTK is just destined not to survive though.
Even a cheese. Or did they just give that to
I don't think it's worth popping it there. I think he would have died. He already used everything, so he's not important. You only want to use it if you still have your spells up, I think. Or if you don't have buyback. But
what is the buyback status right now for Secret? They might be able to just go end the game.
Now your Spectre is actually poor though. 60-minute double diffusals made to heart.
Yeah, he's feeling pretty underwhelming.
I mean, a lot of it is like his second spell is useless because they're not split apart, and then Dispersion is pretty useful, but they have a lot of BKBs,
and the pipe, and the Greaves, and the Witch Doctor heal.
Well, I think isn't it pure damage? I think.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But they have.
I'm thinking of the Dispersion.
They have like lifesteal from Vlad's too. Like that's good enough to like kind of mitigate.
Oh, they do go for the lasso here and gets a found. It's RTK once again. This time though, he's got the cheese, the pipe, and the Greaves. He should be okay through this unless they can completely change stun. He starts to get off his spells. He drops the wall, and now LGD are just rampaging after Misery. These carries are way too difficult to deal with. They will kill off the bit. Has no buyback available. Envy unable to really find crucial kills. He does eventually get the Darcy, but already the damage is done, and Sylar is basically unkillable, as is the Razor at this point. Those two just... a Seeker can't man fight their carries.
He is a red herring. You might as well just fight like a heart just so he can tank as much as possible before he dies. He is the most important target to Lasso, though, I think, even more so than the support.
They've just gotten to a point where they don't even need him. I think they don't. Look at maybe in Sylar. They just ran after a bear's 30k net worth and slaughtered him. Brutal stuff. Long range finger does come out. Senti will get the kill here at MMY, and they're just farming them up at the fountain. So the double diffusal blades don't pay off, though. I don't think you can really pin it on the item build from Envy by any stretch. LGD just really good in these overall in these late game fights.
I like Sylar's play a lot. Super clean, farmed a lot, did a crap load of damage. I also think that maybe deserves some commends because of his build. Like,
he didn't die. 3-0 on 18.
Because he went like Yasha and BKB, and then he was in the weird period where sometimes